All right, I'm live. It looks like it might be just me today. Steve wasn't feeling well. Mentioned that he would not be able to make it, and Memphis said he would probably jump in, but I haven't heard back from him. So I'm probably just gonna jump in here for a few minutes, say what's up, and yeah, fucking around. The holidays were a good time. Hanging out with family and friends and stuff a little bit. I think that's what most people did. I hope. And yeah, I kept things pretty chill myself. I don't like to rage out and party on New Year's. I just it's kind of a scary fucking thing. What's up, Brian Barnes? What's your question, man? Hit me with it. Let's go. Anybody got any questions? Hit them with me right away because I'm only gonna stay on for a little while. Or you guys can probably capture me here if it get me talking about a bunch of silly ass shit because I won't shut up if if I'm on one. But yeah. So, but yeah. Uh, I told a story earlier on my live feed on Instagram. Um, so I was going to do a live feed on Facebook on Monday after I saw something that kind of super entertained me when I was on my way to the shop, but I couldn't do a live feed. It told me I couldn't do it anymore. And I remember like 3 weeks ago, I commented on one of Ben Barnett, owner of Ruthless Audio. He made this funny post with this interaction he had with this fucking idiot, and my response was just the word meth, and then they restricted my Bobby Gately Facebook account. So I didn't know what restrictions were, but apparently I can't fucking go live on Facebook. So anyway, so I thought about it. I tried to get it corrected. I sent messages to um oh, here we go. Hold on. This guy right here. What's up, Memphis?
Yo,
How are you, sir?
I am good. Just busy,
Okay.
but I'm good.
Yeah. I figured we would just jump on for a little while and keep it real short and sweet. I was just talking about I don't know if you saw, I did a live feed earlier today on Instagram, and I was talking about how I like 3 weeks ago I commented on one of Ben Barnett's posts, some fucked up interaction he had with an idiot, and my response just on it just said meth. And then Facebook sent me a thing. It was like, we removed your comment and we restricted your account. And I was like, oh shit. And I was like, well, I don't know what the restrictions are, but whatever. I could still do things. And
Mhm.
then on Monday morning, I saw something super entertaining when I was on my way to the shop. And I tried to do a live feed to tell everybody about it because it was super fucking entertaining for me. And it was like, this account can't do live feeds.
You can't
Oh,
live.
and so I was trying for like off and on as the day progressed, sending messages to Meta and like shaking my phone. And I'm like, hey man, I can't do the thing. And they're not responding to me. So I'm like, oh man, what the fuck? But anyway, so I on my way to the shop this morning, I was like, damn, I tried to do the live thing, and I was like, you know what, I'll do it on Instagram because I can go live on Instagram. And so I went on Instagram, and so anyway, on Monday morning, it's the first Monday of the year, and I'm in the van, and I can look down on everybody, because I'm up so high, I can see everybody in their car real well, and I pull up to this light right near my house, right? My drive is only fucking 7 minutes long to the shop. And I pull up this light, and I see this girl, like she's doing something with her hands, and I kind of glance down, and I look, and she's singing, man. She's rocking out. She's fucking, and she's like doing her hand, and she's like, oh, and I'm like, damn, get it, girl. That's what's up. Like she's feeling it at fucking goddamn 7:45 a.m. or whatever the fuck time it was. I'm like, all right, that's what's up. And then light turns green, and we drive away. And as I'm turning, I see her. She's still going, and then just a little ways further, fucking not 1,000 feet down the road, like 600-700 feet down the road, there's this Asian woman, and she's walking on the sidewalk coming up this overpass as I'm coming over, and she's doing something. She's got headphones on, and she's got her hands, and she's doing stuff, and she's kind of got her hand like this, and she's singing her ass off, like while she's walking. And I'm like, what? That's what's up. Like, what is why are people feeling it so tough this morning? I loved it. You know what I mean? And I was kind of laughing, and that's what I was like, man, I want to tell my people, you know. And I couldn't do it, so I was like, you know what? It's gonna be 2 fucking days late, but I'm gonna fucking talk about it. And then after I was thinking about it like later on in the morning, and I was like, oh yeah, what are we gonna talk about on the show tonight? I was like, you know what? Like, it was like, you know, like maybe somehow. Maybe some way, some little thing like that. Like maybe that's like a new thing. Like fucking people should be enjoying themselves and their audio systems and their music enough that they're just fucking having a good time, and there's no embarrassment, and there's no awkwardness, and it doesn't matter if it's 7 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock at night or they're driving for lunch. Like fucking just do that shit, man. Feel that shit. Have a good time. So anyway, I just thought of that, and, you know.
I mean, that's me on a daily, especially after the shop's over with. Like when I leave the shop at night, I probably sing because I got an hour drive. So I probably sing about maybe about 15, 20 songs on the way back. And I'm talking about like full tilt. Like I've gotten out the vehicle and woke up the next morning and my voice was sore.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know. I don't get embarrassed, one. So I guess that's the big thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people got to care less about the next person and care more about themselves.
Yeah, I even talked a little bit about years ago. I was driving back from Vegas by myself in my truck, and I had a fucking banging ass audio system in my truck, and I had, you know, this is back when we were rocking CDs and shit, so it's fucking 15, 20 years ago, and I had like 3 Tool CDs in my CD changer in my truck. And like, I'm driving back from Vegas. I left at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm hustling. I'm doing 105 miles an hour most of the way. And I'm fucking screaming Tool lyrics. Fucking, I got home. I had no fucking voice. I had gotten sweaty and then not sweaty a few times. I had BO. I'm in an air conditioned fucking truck, and I'm singing and going, raging out so fucking tough that I'm like, getting all sweaty and BO and shit. But anyway, yeah, fucking
Fuck it.
Hey, let me answer my friend Brian's question here. So Brian says he's got his front sub in his footwell, putting in a full range actual mid bass woofer. I would definitely wouldn't make the front sub be a full range, Brian. I would keep, so if you're talking about like a pure SQ build, right? I would want my front sub to probably play down somewhere between 30 and 45 hertz, like the low, right? So it'd be high pass filtered somewhere between 30 and 45, hopefully closer to 30. And then I would turn my back subs into like almost infrasonic only. Like there'd be a little bit of blend and getting the crossover points and the slopes just right so that it doesn't pull to the back real bad. And then you would want, you know, your back subs to be, you know, roughly 30 hertz and down, or 35 and down, or maybe 40 and down, but it might pull to the back real bad for an SQ application. But I've definitely done where I used a subwoofer, a real subwoofer, kind of as a primary mid bass in like my buddy Brandon Lime's, we call it the bass former, right? So that truck, he has a 10-inch JL in a sealed box, and I think we have it crossed over at like 150 hertz down to like 40. But his build, you know, it's got 312s and like 21,000 watts. It's jamming, but we couldn't put a lot of mid bass in his doors because the hydraulic door system that opens up with his wheelchair access. So we're kind of cheated and made it a little funky, but man, it fucking jams and it sounds really good. But you're a little more leaning towards SQ, even though sometimes you crank your shit up and get a little distorty sometimes when you're showing your death metal demos. So I don't recommend using a true mid bass woofer as your front sub. I would say better mid bass in your front doors. Maybe even utilizing what's in your front doors and putting like a 3-inch and a tweeter on some pillars, raise the sound stage, use those drivers in the doors for better mid bass, keeping your front sub the primary sub and making your back subs be infrasonic. So that's what I have to say about that. I'm gonna mute myself real quick. I'm gonna work with the customer real quick. He's just got off work and he came in to pay for his sub box so we can get it built and do his install in a couple weeks. So I'm gonna mute me, however the fuck I do that.
There's a mute at the bottom of your screen. The little microphone thingy. Oh, and he figured it out and disappeared. There he is. So I'm about to read the comments. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Steve Santos says, "What's up?" Getty. He said, "How's every feels? How every feels with while in Slam Halen? I will find the center in you." Eric Humphreys, man, it's crazy. So if y'all can see in the, I mean, if y'all are in the comments, what shows? What's your first show this year? I know we just came back from Mississippi Mayhem, which I cannot remember the name of that city for anything or what city that show was in, but it was Chris Swanner at Forest DBs. It was his first show, 21 days notice. Had a really good turnout. Had me, Steve Duncan, John there from Audio Ace, and Celine, David Cook, and Roger. So pretty dope show. Pretty good name showed up. 2-day show. We're going to throw that again next year. I'll be working with them on that show and get it going next year because I think that one has a really good potential. And it's also technically the first show of the year. It's January 3rd and 4th. So it is the first show of the year. And I know a lot of people were dying to get out and, get to their first show because everybody been waiting in limbo. Since, let me see, Ruckus was November. So from November to January, there were no shows, at least not in my area and not that I knew of to travel to. So what's everybody's first show coming up? Or what show are they looking forward to? While I sit here and piddle and wait for Bobby G to get back. I'm looking at the comments. And we got nothing. Let me see what's down there.
What's going on, guys? Did we lose Memphis? There he is. Nope. You good? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I was doing something.
You disappeared. I had to jump back in. All right, I'll be right back. Thank you, guys.
I'm doing something. That's why.
Okay. All right, guys. Are you with me? I am back, I believe.
Yes.
Why are you all weird and quiet?
Because I'm trying to close out the top of this box that I'm working on for this guy to pick up Sunday.
Okay.
And
that looks
now
pretty
I'm
cool.
kind of like I'm slightly in your realm where I have to do all this extra fucking body work and stuff, which I'm not saying I'm not used to because I'm used to doing it inside of walled enclosures,
Right. What you're doing on the inside and the outside of a box, and you're like, this is a fucking lot of work. We don't really do a ton of body work. We usually get things pretty pretty solid. But every once in a while, like there'll be like a little void in the laminate or something like that. And
That's
it'll
what it is.
fill
Because I
it.
use 9-ply, and
Yeah, I
I,
saw that shit. I was like,
five
where's
ply is
this?
5-ply is ass. 9-ply is better, but there were still a couple voids in it that I didn't like. And then of course some of the like all the Craig jig holes in the inside of the enclosure, we get rid of those things. And just that the whole I started doing this whole 4-stage sanding process where I work my way from 80 to 300 grit.
Okay.
Especially if you're going to sand something. I mean, especially if you're going to paint something or stain it. And I'm like, here I am on an enclosure, and I'm 14 hours in the fucking body working. Like
That's a fucking
shit.
lot, bro. That
Yeah,
seems. I think you might be spending too much time at some of the grits.
I'm pretty
So
sure I am.
yeah, like
Because I honestly could have avoided the 80 grit was necessary on the tiger hair, but I could have avoided sanding the whole thing with 80 grit and then going back.
oh yeah, because you'll swirl that shit up with 80, and then you got to really work with 120 and 180. So yeah, like my guys will work the edges a little bit. They'll do some shaping with some 80. You know what I mean? Sometimes they'll do some shaping with a fucking grinder, and then you know what I
Yeah,
mean, and then hit it with some 40, and then 80, and then 120, and then do the whole thing with 180, and then 240, and then depending on how dark they want it to be, and like if you go to 240, it'll be darker. If you go to 320,
hmm
it'll be lighter,
yeah.
right? So we can
Because you
gauge
got to
how
leave
much.
some adherence
Yeah, well, like so it
for the
penetrates.
absorb too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Because if you 320, I learned you 320 it, that wood feels like fucking epoxy almost.
Yeah. So
So that it's
Brian,
that the enclosure. He wanted a, he wanted the enclosure. He left it. I think what made it hard is he left it up to me. I was like, "What color
well,
you want
see,
it?"
then
I don't care.
yeah,
I'm like, "Fuck."
then your ideas have to be perfect, and then you're up in the middle of the night and you get these wild ass visions of some crazy ass shit, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, I can't charge him more money for this fancy idea that I came up with. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? You're
But
like,
I want to
oh,
put it into action, so I'm like, "All right, we're
is that
just
working?
gonna do this." And it's like I wanted to chamfer. I wanted to chamfer the LEDs into the glass window instead of like putting them in the box and you can see the light. I wanted to chamfer them into the window. So I chamfered the LEDs into the glass window. And so there's a recess where the LEDs fit in there.
Yeah,
So it's that, cutting out spaces for um, the recessed speaker terminals and things like that. So I'm like, man, this shit's a lot.
yeah.
And
You
I'm
start
one of those
wanting
people that,
to have
yeah,
perfect
and I,
terminal spot, and like back when when I'd be building the box for myself and my homeboy in my driveway, it's like you finish the whole box, you wrap the whole thing, it's all done. You're like ready to load the sub in it, and you're like, where do my wires go?
yep,
You're like, oh. You just get the drill out, you just drill a hole, and you're up there with a torch and you tie a knot in the speaker wire and you pull through, and you're like heating
yep,
up a glue stick and shit, and
yeah,
then
and
you're
all
like,
that.
damn, I wish I would have thought that through better on the front end of this, and then sometimes you think it through, and then you have your terminal in a spot that you're like, oh, that's sick that's tucked right up against that metal bracket in that car. You're like, oh,
Yep.
fuck. You're like, I mean, nobody told me.
Yeah, so that's when it comes in, and I tell
Do you
people all the
know
time,
if it's on
whatever
paper?
you build it from the end, build it from the end to the beginning. Don't build it from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the whole damn thing on the screen, and I have it up there, and I got the terminals and bolts and the whole thing, and I'll sometimes I'll be like, hey, and we send a rendering to the customer before we go into production on any custom box we do, right? So we go, here's the rendering, here's the dimensions, double check that this fits in your car and through the opening that it needs to go to,
Hmm.
and and hey, check out where this terminal is. Does that look safe to you? There you go, Ruben. Thank you so much.
We all good?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Awesome. We'll be in contact with you soon. As soon as that thing is built, we'll communicate with you. We'll talk about when we can get the truck in, do the install, and we get you knocked out.
Yeah, man.
All right, Ruben.
man.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much,
it.
man. Awesome. Thank you guys for your patience. Sometimes my customers got to work all day, and we got to do a little box sale right in the middle of the podcast. But anyway, so I'll, and customers will be like, yeah, it's gonna be fine. And then like they're like, hey, I know you asked me about this, but this shit is pressing right up against this metal bracket that's part of my seat assembly. And I'm like, cool. Can you make a spacer or like
Right.
can you
You
cut
do
the
something
bolt
without me redoing.
shorter? I'm like, we
And I'm the
talked
person over
about
there.
this, bro. I love you and I want it to be awesome, and you're gonna have to help me make it awesome, bro.
Yeah,
So
I've built an enclosure before, and luckily I'm a fucking welder. So I've built an enclosure before. Guys like, I want a C pillar and I want to have the back seats. And I'm like, cool. And I build the entire enclosure, and the back seats are 1 inch from being able to latch back up.
you're like,
And I'm
all
like,
right, I'm gonna fab that, and you're like, how
yep.
did I?
I'm like, break out the fucking welder. That's cool.
Or you do that shit where like you build the structure, and you're like, and the seat latches, and you're like, sick, and then you're doing something, and you're like, man, you know what? This would look hella clean if I put another fucking layer on the face of this and trimmed it out all clean. All
That
right.
is exactly what happens.
Get in and you body work it, you fucking upholster it, and then you're like,
Yep.
boom, oh shit.
Yep.
What did I? Oh, I know what I did. Oh my god, I fucked this up 4 days ago and didn't realize it.
Yeah, I added fucking 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
Or I've had it where I've done that in a C pillar, made my mistake, did a bunch of hard work to fix it, and then the customer's like, you know what? I don't need those. I don't need that second row. I'm like, fuck you. But
Yeah,
okay.
Like, dude, if you didn't need the second row, this thing could have been 5 dBs louder.
B pillar it, buddy.
Yeah, bro.
If you're not using the second row, then why are we here?
Yeah. In the stereotype build, we let the front panel, the enclosure, get a lot closer to the B pillar than we did in the guillotine or the Soulgasm. Soulgasm's Byron's truck. So I put the seat in and I put it all the way back and I leaned it back hella far. And I know Byron doesn't drive all leaned back, but he might want to chill in there and give demos that way.
You know he's what I mean? 9'4", so yeah.
Yeah, he's like 6'2", over 6'2", and he's the
I think Byron's, he might be, I think he's the same. I'm 6'3". I think he's the same height as me.
Right there. I mean, you know what? You guys all look the same height to me. I got to step back away from you, otherwise your dick's in my face. So I'm like, fucking big ass away from me. It's your eggplant looking fucking thing out of my face.
You're gonna be like that guy who's coming back around this year making comments about my meat size.
That shit was so fucking funny, dude. Like, I was like, man, it's hard to believe a year went by. I still think about that dude's fucking comment. I was like, damn, he like. His first like bitch you out
than your big dick. I'm like, oh, okay.
And your muscles.
Yeah.
What? You got all these cool friends. You got you.
And he's got people inboxing me like, how does he know how big your dick is? And I'm like, I don't know.
It's just a guess. You're fucking 6'3". You're black. You talk like you do. You probably got a big dick. It's just
little do you know.
Maybe
the ruse.
Probably why you be beating people up all the time. It's the little motherfuckers that actually have to fight.
I got to keep building trucks so it compensates.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's the big speakers.
The big speakers overcompensation.
Cool. Yeah. So anyway, fucking fuck are we talking about? I'm all distracted. You got me all gay and shit, man. No, I'm just playing that fucking.
Hey, no, we gotta keep going.
So the stereotype, yes, it's like fooled you, turns you guys. We're gonna turn all you guys in the comments gay, and then we're gonna be like, fooled you guys, we ain't even gay.
We're not gay.
This is some fucked up shit.
But that's an amazing Ponzi scheme.
So the stereotype. My buddy Barry, he's a little taller than me. He's like 5'7", 5'8", right? I'm fucking short. I'm like 5'4". So we weren't really concerned about how far forward the seats were, right? Like me or Barry can drive the truck pretty reasonably, and his son though is a little bigger. I think he's like 5'11", and he's jacked. His son is fucking built, bro. He's lifting, and so I think his son is a little jammed up in there, and his son is operating the vehicle quite a bit. It's like damn, like I need to make it a rule. Is like like nobody ever is like, damn, I wish this wall was closer. It's always like we should default to push that shit back pretty far just in case somebody that's like over 6 foot wants to sit in there and be comfortable, right? Whereas like I could just scoot the fucking seat forward if I'm operating the vehicle. And like when I had a fucking busted ass leg at Surf, I was in the guillotine. I had that seat back like a motherfucker. I'm a fucking foot up on the fucking steering wheel and the dash. I'm giving demos, and and it wasn't a big deal. So yeah. Anyway, that's that thought process, making shit
that's
fit.
my problem now. Is so I got all happy with building the Hummer, and my B pillar right now is 1 inch from the front of the B pillar. So I put a seat in there.
I don't even. Yeah, you throw a seat in there, and you'd be like, "Fuck, the steering wheel will be pressed against your chest."
Yeah, I put a seat in, and the steering wheel's like 10 inches from me. So I'm like, should I go ahead and get because this is my conundrum now. I'm like, should I go ahead and get the seats upholstered to match the theme, or should I just build a nice bench?
Just build a bench.
Yeah, because I had to back it out the shop the other day because I was painting here and I didn't want nothing to get on it. And I put like a little step stool in there and I sat on it and I leaned up against the wall and I was like, this is fucking comfortable. This is way more comfortable than the seat. So I was like, let me build a bench and upholster a cushion on it.
Let me see something here. Let me see. Maybe I can show you what. Let me see.
So what you're saying is you're going to design me a bench and build it and send it. Okay, got it.
I mean, that's not out of the question. But I'll show you what I built, and you would actually be able to measurements. You might even be able to just build it yourself. Let me see.
That was the plan. I was going to take some measurements and build a bench that goes across, but it squeezes in when it gets close to the center console. Like it goes from like fucking 14 inches in depth to 2 inches in depth. And then when it gets to the other side, it goes back out to 14 inches. And I was going to do a double layer with acrylic in the middle of the two and light the acrylic so you can see the little light around it.
Okay. Share entire screen. All right. So if you look here, this is the seat in Steve's Explorer, and so he's got room for amps back here and here. Mm-hmm. You could even put fucking mids back here if you know what I mean. Like if you don't,
because they'll play right through the seat.
They'll play right through the fucking seat, and it's kind of nice and cool. Like we put a little like hammy.
I was about to say, so that's I don't even know if you thought about this, but knowing you probably did. But that's breathable, cool, and comfortable, and storage.
Well, I wouldn't use it as storage, but
well, I'm saying storage as far as like mounting things back there. Like that's
yeah. But it's pretty dope. I can easily modify this type of design and machine all the fucking parts and just ship them to you and let you just handle it from there. Because you're gonna want to stain all this shit, sand it, and router it.
I just have to lose the back. I just have to lose the back.
You'd have to lose the back section.
Yep.
I see. Yeah, we can just make the little bottom. Make a little power bottom for you.
Not the PB and J.
No. Yeah. But yeah.
What's your first show this year, Bobby?
So Steve's show, bro. The showdown is at the beginning of March. It's going to be a really good time. We are doing the Gately show. It is May 2nd and 3rd. It's going to be a really good time. We're going to be able to start advertising that probably this coming week, and we're gonna have.
You need to come out for assistance again.
Yeah, I think it'll be great, man. Come have a good time. It'll be a lot of fun.
There. I mean, I'm coming anyway, but I'll come early so I can help out.
Just in case somebody fucking blows up half of their fucking subs, and we got to swap 6 subs out and drink a bottle of whiskey.
That banging on wheels on fucking Instagram. If y'all paying attention, that's him.
Yep. I mean, that was a good time. We had a lot of fun that night. I was surprised. But you know what's crazy is when we woke up on Sunday morning, so I didn't drive home because I was like, oh, there's no way I'm driving home. I drank 70% of a fucking bottle of whiskey, and I am a lightweight, bro. I was fucking hammered.
Whiskey.
But But I was like, whoo, man. I got home. I was drunk. I drank an electrolyte fucking goddamn element thing and made sure I was good to go and climbed into bed and woke up like 4.5 hours later. And I was like, hey, babe, you're driving because
Yeah, we was right back at it the next day.
I am still drunk. And she's like, okay. She was like, how much you drink? I was like, well, it was like this. I had the bottle of whiskey and like I would take a shot and then Mikey would take a shot and then I would take a shot and then Memphis would take a shot and then I would take a shot and then Mike would take a shot. And like, so there was like 6 people and me, and it was half me and the other half of, and like, I was like, I had no shoes on. I didn't even have flip-flops on. I had my shirt off.
You was barefoot, no shirt, and jeans.
Climbing around, getting subs out of the fucking thing. And I'm like handing you subs. And then I'm like all stuck there, climb onto Memphis's shoulders. And he carries me out of the storage room. I'm like we come walking out, people like, what the fuck? Like, why
it was
are
a
you
fun
on his
time, though.
shoulders?
Like the shows are good. The shows are good. People don't get me wrong when you hear us say the shows are great, but the post show and especially when there's camaraderie when you have to fix something, that shit's great because what that reminds me of is the camaraderie I get with working on a team in fucking combat. Like it's the same camaraderie, and that's probably what I miss when I retire this October. Like my final date is October 1 this year, but that camaraderie and if people are listening, like that's what I want y'all to pay attention to. You don't pay attention to the shit you see on Facebook, the mysterious drama that's never at shows, by the way. There's never drama at shows. It's only on social media. I need y'all to take away from that is that if you don't have any, if you seek out anything in audio, seek out the fucking camaraderie. Like you don't have to be on the team for it. You can just find a group of fucking good guys and you know that y'all all work well together. Y'all take care of each other. Y'all make sure everybody's builds playing because there's so many people I see. Oh, it's the show's tomorrow and I'm on crunch time.
Man, I tell you, I have seen people like they're like, man, I don't think I'm gonna make it. You know, like my build's still coming together. I had to work late and I can't. And people are like, bro, I don't know you, but I'll throw a bunch of tools in the back of my truck and pull up. Do you need anything? Yep. And all of a sudden, like, guys are like, bro, I never met this dude before. Like, I was talking to this kid at Slamology, and he's like, I'd never even met this dude until Thursday, and he drove 4 hours and stayed at my house, and we finished my build and got it here. And, like, he was like, I was like, dude, my wife went to Walmart and bought him clothes and, like, and I was like, that's fucking dope. And this kid's car was smashing. He had like a 2,500 watt amp on 6, like, pretty nice 12s, and it was crushing. And I was like, dude, this thing is super efficient. He's like, oh, I can't wait to get some real power on this. I was like, that's going to be dope. And they were like, dude, he was like, I had the box done, and I had done all the paint, and the paint was still all sticky. And so I waited, and I waited, and I waited. And the next thing you know, it was like, I ain't even going to make it. And this dude was like, dude, I'll come help you, bro. Let's go. And then they just got it done. And like, I was like, fucking dope, man.
Yeah, Zach Carr did that for me 5 years ago when I had just gotten the building and I didn't know how to weld. And I was like, I need an amp rack. And Zach Carr responded. He was like, I will drive to you and we will go get metal and we will build an amp rack. And that was back when I had the DC build. And Zach drove 4 hours here. He welded all day and he went home. And that was probably like one of the best things I experienced when it comes to, you know, people looking out for people. That part is car audio. That, not, you know, the shows and everything. Like all of those other things, you know, have a percentage in car audio, but things like that is what car audio is, in my opinion.
Yeah, Jerry Eastman, he's a homie, man. Jerry fucking gets some shit done. Jerry's good with his wires. He understands the DSP stuff. You know, like Brett Baldwin put together Jerry's like primary build, but Jerry wired his shit all up. I think Brett helped out a little bit, some of the wiring, but Brett built that shit. We got to help him out with some door panels and some A-pillars, and But Jerry works on the demo rig 916 all the time, dude, and that thing is a fucking unit. But you know, when Ben was trying to get the Hearst operational the first time, when he brought it to the Sky High Barbecue, when it looked like shit, it was all ugly still and fucked up and like, but it was fucking loud, bro. And it was the fucking plate steel floor was fucking oil cannon all wild because it was welded all fucky by these losers that had worked on it a little bit before Brett got to it. But bro, fucking, Ben's like, I'm trying to get all this shit done. Jerry's like, hey, I'll come help, and just shows up and just starts fucking getting down. You helped him wire his shit all up. I fucking love that, man. I love that. Like when we were all working on the shit at Gately Audio, you're helping out a little bit. Mikey's in there wiring shit. People are handing me stuff. I'm putting shit on the break-in bench. We're trying to break in the 3 that were brand. We had 3 that were well broken in and 3 that were brand fucking new. And my Relentless version 3 woofers, I mean, I would say they need a lot of break-in, but like one sub got like 45 minutes and one sub got like 20 minutes and one sub got 0 minutes of break-in.
What's RMS on the Relentless?
The Relentless version 3 would be a 4,000 watt. The F4, the newest
4-inch coil.
It is, yeah. It's a 4-inch 4-layer coil, so it's a lightweight coil, but very stiff suspension. It's a 4,000 watt woofer, and you can get away with running a little more than that, like, but don't run a lot more than that. That 4-layer coil is not going to take a fucking 7K or an 8K.
Right.
You just melt a hole in the side of it. Ask me how it is.
You just go slightly above RMS, so you say it's 4K RMS.
You run like a 5K. Even like my 7100 at 1 ohm, that was pretty big. That was real good.
What's retail on those?
On those ones, it was the 12s was $13.89. We don't have any more of those available. We still support them, so I can still do recones for anybody that has those. But we don't produce those motors anymore. But the newer ones are the Relentless F3 and the F4. So the F3 is a 3-inch coil Relentless motor. That'll be made by 5. We've done 12 prototypes of those. 8 of them are in the Slam Halen. A couple slight changes we're going to make to the production.
You got any sitting still there?
I have 2 12s that are built, and I have one lone Relentless F3 motor over here. Why, you want to play with one?
Yeah.
What you trying to do? What do you want me to build you, a 12 or a 15 or something?
A 15. I got 2 builds that I got 2. I bought 2 new vehicles. I got a 99 Jeep Cherokee, which is awesome for building in, and I got a 99 Tahoe. So I'm trying to play around with what do I want to bring out next. Jerry has 6 brand new ones. We were gonna do Gately subs in his build. We were gonna do a flat wall with 6 of them in his older Chevy 4x4, and then finally he just decided he was gonna buy an Escalade, and he bought his Escalade. So and then with that, he worked out a deal with the NSA guys, and that's gone really well for him. And so he's using the NSA woofers. And so he's got 6 of my subs that he's willing. So I think he wants about $1,000 for them, maybe a touch under that, especially if you do a little bundle. So if anybody's looking for some badass subs, and I'll still support them, and they're all brand new in the box, 0 break-in or anything, I think. So Jerry's got you if you're trying to find some. Did he post it?
No, he hasn't posted them anywhere. It's really much one of those things where if somebody's asking about those, so he asked what's Byron clamping. You know what? We haven't seen what it clamped, but we were clamping.
What do you got it wired to?
0.5. So Byron's build, he's at 0.5 on 6 15Ks. So the 12 sub, he's got a 15K on each pair in the Soulgasm. Now, on the 7100s, or I'm sorry, on the 5700s, we clamped like 5,300 watts out of each amp on music at one point. We put an AM-M1 in there, and I was like, fucking hey, that's pretty good. Well,
I got it beat.
We're fucking clamping 5,300. So if we're clamping 5,300 out of the 5,700, we might be clamping 10 or 11K.
Nah, I got it. I got it beat. My 15Ks at because I'm wired at 0.35. I'm rising to
Yeah,
0.8. I clamped 17.5 out of them
I bet.
at 0.8.
I fucking
So
bet.
if anybody's looking for a monster of a fucking amplifier, I would definitely suggest the Gately 15K. But over the Gately 15K, here's the thing, and I talked about this last week on a live, I think.
Mhm.
An 8-channel amplifier. So imagine you're doing your highs and mids, right? And you can put every high and mid you have on one fucking amplifier.
Yeah, the
That's the
G8 is awesome.
ease of
So
installation, and every speaker in Iceberg is on one fucking 8-channel amplifier hooked to a DSP, and everything's tuned accordingly to the fucking channel.
it's 500 by 8.
Yes.
500 by 8. It's
So
a 4,000 watt amplifier. It's a fucking unit. So the Soulgasm, we took out 4 of our 700 AB amplifiers. They really make a little over 900 watts each. We took out 4 of those and we replaced it with one 8-channel.
yep.
And then we took out the 6 5700s and replaced them with 6 15Ks. So what we're probably gonna do in the Soulgasm, I'm leaning towards doing relentless F3s.
Mm-hmm.
A 3-inch coil is going to be a little more efficient than a 4-inch coil, and we're not going to put bigger than 15Ks in the Soulgasm. I don't
Right.
think, at least not anytime soon. And if we ever did, if we went, all right, we're going to put 12 15Ks in the fucking, then we'll build new subs then too. So I'm hoping to do relentless F3 15s and do them with dual 1.4 coils and wire to 0.35 ohms on each
Mm-hmm.
amp and have that
Yeah,
big beat.
because it's handling it no issue. My amps didn't get warm not one time in Reno. I had no issues with anything when it comes to the amplifiers. Like, and it's safe to say I'm probably the sketchiest wired on the 8-channel, and
Yeah, that's
not
what I
one
heard.
issue, not a warm. Yeah, not a warm amp. I'm wired way below what it should be. But that amplifier is handling everything that's thrown at it, so no issues. And not only that, so if I'm not mistaken, and anybody could correct me, but I don't know another 8-channel on the market.
I mean, there's a lot of smaller ones, and there's ones with built-in DSPs and all kinds of gangster shit. So
Yeah, but I'm talking about at the power rating for that,
yeah,
meaning I can run an entire system off of it.
right.
There's not
And that's
another
the
one
only
that I
thing
know in
is,
the market for that.
I mean, Ben has some pretty badass, big ass 2 channels that are kind of fun. There's a couple
He
guys
does.
who are like, man, I'm running my whole ass stunt wall off of this amp. I'm like, that's sick, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Fucking 3,000 watt fucking 2 channel, just kicking power. So that's kind of badass too. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So Brody Man, I don't know if you guys know much about Brody Man bass. He's a cool little bass head dude, but he trains martial arts, boxing, and kickboxing. I hope he's trying a little bit of jiu-jitsu and wrestling too.
I was about
But
to ask what discipline.
yeah, well, he's doing a lot because one of his coaches, this dude Bobby Taylor, he's a bare knuckle fighter.
Mhm.
On the bare knuckle fighting championship, and he's on the main card, which I think this might be the first time he's on the main card. Dude's an exciting fighter. He's a fucking unit of a dude. He's super badass. I see him working with all the kids, teaching the kids classes and stuff. He's a little older dude. I think he's in his 40s maybe, but dude's a monster, dude. It's I'll be checking that out for sure this coming weekend.
Let me know.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if you watched the bare knuckle fight cards, but
I have watched it.
that shit's gangster, bro. That's fucking badass.
That shit's crazy.
For
Like,
Chad
no 16
Mendez,
pound.
Team Alpha Male, Chad Mendez, he was doing some of them, and just randomly he was hanging out with my buddy Eric a little bit, and he was telling Eric, he was like, dude, I make more money doing these bare knuckle fights than I did when I was fighting in the UFC. He's like, and I got paid pretty good in UFC, bro. Like, he's like, they're paying me, and I'm like, that is fucking sick. And those fights are, I mean, it's a bare knuckle boxing fight, so it's not gonna have, you know, like for a casual fight watching person, right? Somebody that doesn't train, that that gets bored by the point system of fucking boxers just touching each other with jabs, or get bored with the wrestlers that just look like they're humping each other in an MMA fight, right?
Yep.
Now, I train jiu-jitsu, and I totally am picking up what's going on with the fucking nuances of position, and I'm studying what's going on, and even sometimes I'll get like, these guys are just hugging each other, just stalling it out. Like one of them's too fucking tired, and the other one is
tired.
One of them's real tired, and the other one's like, I know I'm winning. Fuck it. I'll just fucking lay here then, bitch. You know what I mean? And you're like, come on, bro. You got to fucking have better jiu-jitsu than that, dude. Like, you got to get moving. But every once in a while, man, I'll be watching a fight, and the shit that's going on the ground is like very technical. Both guys are working their ass off. There's a lot of shit going on, and the ref's like, get up. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. Neither of the fighters wanted to get up from that. They both worked their ass off to get right there, and they were having this incredible technical battle. They're fucking jabbing, and they're punching each other.
Like, I got 2 moves left before I'm in a dominant fucking position.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm dude. And this guy's like actively passing this guy's guard, and the ref's like, get up. And they're like, what the fuck, bro? Yeah, and the other guy's like, I was about to get up. And I mean, like, you get a really good advantage when you take somebody down, right, in an MMA fight. But you get
depending on
not
where you
quite as good. But if you just get the fuck right back up, it negates almost that whole thing. And then that guy that took you down might have super been busting his ass, you know, to get that half shit takedown, and the guy pops right back up to his feet. Like there's guys that took John Jones down, boop, and he's like right back up. And then that motherfucker call coming at him all tired, and then crack, and John Jones smokes him, and it's over.
I'm about to say, imagine you're the guy who's not good at stand-up, and you take him down, and then they say, get up.
Oh, yeah.
What?
No, I mean.
You just lost the fight for me.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck? I mean, you know, like.
My ground game superior, and you just told me to stand up after I got this guy down who was beating my ass standing up.
So my point is, like, if you guys like fight sports and you go, man, I get bored watching boxing because they got big puffy mittens on and they're barely touching each other. And I'll tell you right now, even the nicest, gentlest little fucking we're sparring jab. If I stick you with one and you're not prepared to just get touched by it, it's gonna bonk you all fucked up, and you're like, "Oh my god, what the fuck?"
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, just when I'm just trying to just be nice to you, I'm not trying to hurt you at all. But man, when guys get in there and they're sparring and they're kind of dickheads and their ego starts getting it, and you hear them pop, 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 you're like, "Oh man, one of these guys getting it fucking injured," because like you get fucked up in a boxing match. I don't give a fuck how big of sparring gloves you're wearing. If somebody puts a little bit of heat on it, you're fucked up, right? So
16 ounces.
If you're bored by that part of boxing, and if you watch MMA fights and fucking wrestling and shit, and you think it's boring because they're hugging it out, you're going to be a big fan of fucking bare knuckle boxing, because these guys
get fucked up. If
you get clipped with anything, you're fucking leaking. Yeah. And they will stop a fight because you're cut real bad because they have to. You know what I mean? So shit's pretty exciting. And that dude Bobby Taylor's a fucking absolute monster. And he's working with our base head homeboy, and you should check it out. So should be kind of cool.
I got to get ready to jump out.
I'm gonna get my ass home.
Yep.
We had a good run. I was only thinking we'd be on for 30 or 45 minutes. We're almost an hour. So everybody that's jumping in, we appreciate you guys watching. And go fix your fucking engine noise. And shit, tomorrow morning when y'all get up and you're driving to work or wherever the fuck you're going, figure out your playlist. Put that shit in, crank that shit up, fucking scream your face off to the music. Even when you're sitting at a light in traffic, make it awkward as fuck. And let's change the fucking world where like everybody's driving around fucking rocking out their fucking music everywhere they go. Just like it ain't weird. Make it not weird. Make the weird not weird.
Make the not weird people weird.
Yeah, that's what's up. All right, kids. Fix your engine noise, and you can go ahead and sing to the music. If you crank that shit up, you won't hear your engine noise, or if you yell over the engine noise loud enough, you won't hear it. That's what's up. And Steve wasn't feeling too well, Jerry, so he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna fucking sit this one out. I'm not feeling all that great." So yeah, but hopefully he'll be on with us next week. I was thinking I'd love to have Ray Pimley on. Now's a good time to have Ray on. He's He's finishing up a new version of his build. We cut some parts for him. We designed a box, cut the parts. He built it, did all his stain, did all his clear coat shit, built him parts for his pillars, helped him out with that a little bit. And then, obviously Ray's got a whole new season coming up. So he'll talk a little bit about Ayahuasca and some events, including Gately Audio Show and the Showdown. That'll be Steve's show. We'll want to get Steve to tell us more about the Showdown. That's the big one that's coming up. And it should be a really good time. Hopefully you'll be out there too, right, Memphis?
Yep, I'll be there.
As well?
Yep.
Cool. Are you going to have a build out there? Is the Iceberg out here? Is it on
still over there?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Still there.
So Iceberg will be at the Gately Show too? Cool, because what Allison wants to create like video clips of like, this is the fucking Iceberg, and fucking come and check it out at the Gately Audio Show, and we're going to be doing that. So when we are at the Showdown, we'll do that. Jerry, we need to do one with your build as well. Maybe we can do that sometime in the near future. You can chooch that thing over one day when Allie's here. We'll get some footage of the demo rig 916 and John Nolte's rig and everybody else's and Steve's as well. So some of the rigs that we know are going to be coming to the Gately Show that'll be at the Showdown, we're going to try to do a little feature film on it so that we can present. We're going to be doing a pretty big push to drag people out there. What I'm really hoping with the Gately Show, just like last year, because of the way the Gately Show was, we had a lot of fucking people that had never seen anything like that.
Yep.
That is probably, like, I would say, and like, I think you and Jerry might confirm this as well. Like, of all the car audio events that I've ever been to, the Gately Show probably had a much larger crowd of people that have been like, what the fuck is this? Than any other event. Because there's the car show over there, and because the way the car show was advertised and the way that my wife was advertising the event, it was like, come and see this shit. Mm-hmm. Come and see the craziest, loudest fucking vehicles, on the West Coast, and maybe even in the whole world. Come and hear these motherfucking monsters. And
I agree.
Yep. Awesome. All right, kids. It's an hour. We're getting the fuck out of here. You guys have a great night. Thank you so much. And we'll see you guys next week.